Hello, good day. I am Shalame Oliva. So, this is the continuation of Miss Simacon's report. So, today I am going to discuss the identity development, gender differences in social interactions, and education. So, first is the identity development. So, identity development is also called as a identity formation or identity construction. It is a complex process in which humans develop a clear and unique views of themselves and of their identity. So, the development of a strong and stable sense of self is widely considered to be one of the central tasks of adolescence. So, despite the fact that identity development occurs throughout one's lifetime, adolescence is the first time that individuals begin to think about how our identity may affect our lives. So, during adolescence, we are much more self-conscious about our changing identities than at any other stages in our lives. So, adolescents define themselves in accordance with their values, thoughts, and opinions. So, in this stage, they begin to conceptualize on what they would want to become as a result of their choices in exploring possibilities and or opportunities in socialization. So, to socialize, researchers have been adopted three general approaches to understanding identity development. Namely, first is the sense of identity. So, identity represents a coherent sense of self-stable across circumstances and including past experience and future goals. So, the German American psychologist and psychoanalyst Erik Erikson describes adolescence as the stage during which individuals ponder the questions, who am I and what can I be? So, as they make the transition from childhood to adulthood, adolescents ponder the roles they will play in the adult world. Initially, they are apt to experience some role confusion, mixed ideas, and feelings about the specific ways in which they will fit into society. So, and may experiment with a variety of behaviors and activities. So, to be specific, it is a socially defined a period of preparation for adult roles. So, your sense of identity has to do with who you think you are and how you perceive yourself to others. It has to do with your sense of self-worth and how you define yourself. But identity is not just who and what we are as a person, but it is also includes uni ato gihimo, what we do, uni ato gusto, what we likes, and even how we feel, uni ato gibati. So, identity is more than just a mental model since it is full of meanings, emotions, desires, and goals. So, identity is somewhat like a thing or a lot like a process because it is how we think about and communicate about ourselves and other people. So, although all of us are chooses an identity, but identities are also formed by environmental forces out of control because identity is dynamic and complex and it can change over time. So, the second is the self-esteem. So, one factor of identity formation is self-esteem. So, identity and self-esteem are closely related and are very important to have a good mental health. So, as what I have said earlier, your sense of identity has to do with who you think you are and how you perceive yourself. Since self-esteem is how you valued yourself, it has to do with your sense of self-worth and how you define yourself. So, having a positive self-identity is correlated with positive self-esteem, since self-identity forms with the basis of self-esteem. So, all identities are not equally valued by society. So, some adolescents may especially need reinforcement to help them construct a positive sense of self. So, female teenagers enjoy high self-esteem when being reinforced by friends around to give them social and moral support. On the other hand, the males assert their authority and draw high self-esteem when they are able to reach out to their friends successfully. So, for girls, they mostly enjoy high self-esteem when they are engaged in supportive relationships with friends, and most important functions of friendship to them is having someone who can provide social and moral support. On contrast, for boys, are more concerned with establishing and asserting their independence and defining their relation to authority. So, as such, they are more likely to derive high self-esteem from their ability to influence or to successfully influence their friends. Since, according sa studies, na unlucky or unmales tend to have a higher self-esteem through teenage years and continue into adulthood. So, generally speaking, when it tends to drop, yun like muubos ang self-esteem, unlucky, kibali, male self-esteem will not drop as low as female self-esteem, because males' positive feelings about self are likely to be much more stronger than female self-esteem. So, lastly, the relationship. Pair formation becomes important part during adolescence, since this is a period in which more time is spent with peers and less in adult supervision. Teenagers associate with friends of the opposite sex much more than in childhood and identify themselves with the same group age, sharing similar characteristics. So, when together, group members are given the opportunity to develop various social skills like empathy and sharing experiences wherein they get each other supports. So, in this stage, adolescents are more likely to look for people who are true to them in order to establish stability in their world. So, other teens develop identities that are in opposition to their parents but align with a peer group. This change is common as peer relationships become a central focus in adolescents' lives. So, with the presence of peer pressure, the teenagers must conform his or her behavior which is peers regardless of gender in order to belong and be accepted and recognized in the group. So, nga stage, mas maka-influence or maka-adapt ang isa ka adolescents nga nila mahanap an ila role model, sino ila gusto sundon, sino ila gusto hain sila gusto maka-adapt, like nga nila mas ma-feel ang love, care, comfort or belongingness na ila need. Therefore, parents are encouraged to observe, check and balance, since the influence of the peer group is strong and convincing. Nga nila either positive or negative, nga nila ma-adapt ang isa ka butang. Ila behavior, the way they treat people, o nila gusto himuon, nga nila tanan ma-adapt. So, the individuals needs to belong must be felt. Ngani nila gusto mahanap kung hain sila belong. So to avoid negative influences on its members, it is imperative that the guidance of adults is necessary to properly direct their activities towards healthy undertakings. So, those are the three general approaches of understanding identity development. So, now let's proceed to gender differences and social interaction. So, different cultures of individuals affect how males and females communicate with others. So, ang different cultures nan kada isa sa ato makaapekto both male and females kung uno na to pag-communicate sa ibang tao. In most cases, females tend to self-disclose intimate particular facts more often and communicate with fondness and confidence kaysa sa males. And conventionally, males and females communicate with people of their own gender in different ways. Men usually talk on subjects of common interest, while women build friendships based on mutual support. So, however, both genders establish opposite gender relationship on aspects of closeness, acceptance, trust, and love. So, the studies of American scholar Julia T. Wood explain that communication produces and reproduces definition of masculinity and femininity. So, masculine and feminine cultures differ dramatically on when, how, why they use communication. American professor of linguistics Deborah Tanin's studies found these general differences in communication styles. So first is, men tend to talk more than women in public situations, but women tend to talk more than men at home. So ang mga laki kuno mas grabe mo istorya kaysa sa women in terms of public situation. Pero but and women are tend to talk more than men sa ilabahay. Amo sa ba ko yung bantayan na mas grabe gid mo istoryan mga laki in terms of public situation, like may mga problema ba, like mga gusto yun mga isolve, pero ang mga babae mas talkative gid ang babae pagyaon sa ilabahay. And second is, women are more inclined to face each other and make eye contact when talking, which men are more likely to look away from each other. Based sa ako gid sabiya bantay na ang mga babae pag dawi kita mo istorya kay makigkuan gid kita like eye contact, tapos while ang mga men like mudan masipugon bitaw sila istorya sila kay mudan nga ni sa kilid nga ni sa kuan di gid sila as in mag kuan eye contact sa isa ka tawo pag makig-istorya. And third is, men tend to jump from topic to topic, but women tend to talk a length about one topic. Like ang mga laki kuno kay magistorya sila kay like lahi-lahi na topic, dili gid sila magdugay sa isa ka topic, tapos ang women kay mudan kita gid na mga babae kay magistorya kita isa da ka topic pero taas si dugay gid magkahuman tapos amo sub gid yon reality gid yon sub siya. Then fourth is, when listening, women make noise such as ha, mga nga na, which men are more likely to listen silently. Grabe gid ini siya ka facts kay ang mga babae gayud kay masaba gayud din taga may mag-share kay moy ato gid mga reactions, di gid yung malikaya na oy gid ato istorya. Dihad sa laki na grabe gid sila ka focus like mga kuan gid sila, yun mamati gid sila, then all ears gid sila, not like how sa mga babae na grabe gid kababaon di gid mohimo na walay may istorya. Then lastly is, women are inclined to express agreement and support while men are more inclined to debate. Amo gid sabi ni, pero I don't know kay ako sagud kay mas kuan gid ako Yan makig-debate gid ako, dili gid ako yun as in mo support na lamang ako, mo express nan kuan agreement, labi na kung sayop na di gid ako yun mosugot na kuan, di gid mo sugot na way gid ako mo istorya, like mo contradict gid ako. Tapos pero kasagaran sa gid sab na ang mga iba na babae kay mudan mo kantakan sila, like mo approve da kan, mo agree da kan sila bisan dili na uyon sa ila, then ang mga laki kay amoy makig-debate gayud, ipaglaban gid nila rights, labi na yun may mga kuan, may mga istorya na mudan kailangan gid ng mga opinions, mga sides ng isa ka kuan tao. Amo gid yun, and women are more likely to express agreement and support da kan, like mga puyo da, din ang mga men are inclined to debate, ma-express gid sila ng ila opinions. So finally, education. The school is the second home for children wherein they learn how to deal and adjust with people of different qualities and family orientation. Teachers equip them with knowledge and skills in preparation for life. So, ang mga maestra gayud amoy magtudlo ng knowledge ug skills to prepare a person para sa iya future. Because parents may be lazy or an iban waray time, labi na yun may mga trabaho na like mga busy person gid an kuan iban kay ang mga trabaho nila grabe ka hectic ang schedules. So, wala ila time to teach their children the standards of good behavior. So, the school exists to reinforce what parents have failed to do in educating the young men and women, which essential knowledge, skills, and tools to live a good and comfortable life. So, the varied experiences that they engage in school life would serve as a foundation for the development of strong character and respectability. So, sa school gayud nila ma-adapt or like ma-learn or ma-experience and you like ma-develop an ila strong character and respectability. So, since children spend more time in school, traditional expectation continues to practice. Hence, the teachers believe that boys are good at mathematics and influence them to pursue further education towards computer science or engineering. On the other hand, the girls are assumed to be more compassionate and caring for others and are encouraged to go for home caring, dressmaking, and other less analytical skills like social work, nursing, or engage in teaching profession. So, in the social learning theory of Bandora 1977, he concluded after a series of experiments that learning takes place when one person observes and then imitate the behaviors of others. So, according to Bandora sa iya theory, maka-learn gayud ang tao, an isa ka person, when he or she observes or imitate the behavior of others, like sa pag-imitate ng behavior sa ibang tao. Many forms of social behavior are learned through imitation. Ang may ginigilaw na, maka-learn guide kita through imitation, like maka-adapt kita sa ibang tao. It is because learning is social, which involves doing what others do. Learners do not simply do what adults tell them to do, but instead they are see adults do. Dili kita basta-basta da lamang maka-learn sa gipanlaong sa ato. Maka-learn kita based sa ato yakita na ila gihimo. Ngadun gid kita mas yaka-adapt. Kung yakita nato, like mo ang ato role model, like yakita gid nato sa iya, wara niya mismo gilaong da sa ato. Yakita nato sa iya the way siya sa iya paglihok, like kung giuno, for example, sa sa teacher, gitudloan kita niya nan kuan sakto na pamatasan, sakto na like mga proper etiquette, uno pagrespeto sa ibang tao. Pero makita nato na siya mismo wara niya ma-apply sa iya kagalingon, like aniya liho kay bulan kontradik sa iya gitudlo. Syempre mas ma-adapt nato, like mas maka-learn kita sa iya gihimo. Mudan di na kita mutuo sa iya gipanlaong, di na nato ma-learn ton iya gipanlaong, mas ma-learn nato ang iya gihimo. That's why it is really important to lead by example, because learners not just simply do what adults tell them to do, but instead what they see adults do. So that's all. I hope you understand my discussion. Thank you.